Drake here. How's everybody doing? Obviously it's the 2 hoodies and 3 cats channel. It's just 1 hoodie right now. We dropped a video a day or so ago. It was by an artist named Ren. First time I'd ever heard of this artist, and it freaking blew me away. It was a song called Hi Ren. It was a long track. Took me like half the week to upload it for whatever reason. It's been taking even longer and longer to upload videos lately. But the feedback and the feedback on that track was unbelievable. So if you were new to the channel and you just found us and came on that, I want to thank you. And for the people that have filled in the blanks on a bunch of Rin's story, I've read through all those comments. I really enjoyed it. I plan on checking out all these tracks. Gypsy's got a whole list of tracks by Rin for me to check out. So as soon as we get time, we have family staying with us, and it's just been really difficult. So we haven't been able to keep the schedule we were keeping before. So things are progressing the best we can. So bear with us, and we'll get some more stuff up. I'm checking out Nova Rockafeller and her new song Lost Girls, and eager to see what Lost Girls is about. If any of our Hangover Gang peeps are here, it'll be my first time checking this out. So we're going to do it. Let's get right into this.
We were meant to do much. Kids in a system that nobody loves. Sitting in bus stations, sun coming up. Nowhere to sleep, so we need to find drugs. All we had was us screaming, don't give up. Barely 15, but we had to grow up. Arms full of cuts and nobody to trust.
Oh, this is crazy. This is like, I saw a post on Facebook where she was talking that this whole track or whatever, put her back in high school mode. So in high school, I didn't drink or do drugs. I didn't do any of that. A bunch of my friends did, and my brother did, but I didn't. But I'm familiar with all those people and all the styles all that stuff that was going on. But it was after high school before I started drinking or doing drugs. And I really just smoked weed and did a few other things. But the point was that she said something there about, nothing to do except for do drugs and nowhere to just go after school and all this. That was a normal problem. I mean, you always had to get a ride somewhere. You had to or you had to go somewhere where you could ride your bike, and it was so frustrating. Anyway, let me keep going. I'll back that up just a little bit. There we go.
Arms full of cuts and nobody to trust. How can you have dreams and you're us? I was always hanging with the lost girls. They're running from the cops, seeing a lot of girls. Can I crash at your house? Nowhere to go, girls. Now the escorts are overdose girls. Oh, things will sell for a little more liquor. Ooh, now you're homesick for a place that you've never known. Ooh, all we know is climbing fences in the dark, and all we know is growing up was way too hard.
That line, something about jumping fences in the dark, and all we know is growing up was too hard. Man, that's crazy. So like, the older you get, people would talk about, if you could go back to this age, or if you go back to high school, or if you go back to this, would you do it? And it's always like, well, I'd go back if I could know what I know and I could start right after high school. It's like, man, high school is so crazy. People are always, what's the word? There's so, like when I was in high school, you had like these different groups or cliques, whatever you want to call them. You had like the preps, you had the jocks, you had the nerds, and you had like these loser, metalhead, whatever types. And I was somewhere between jock, nerd, and loser, metalhead type. I played sports. I was big into soccer, but I didn't really play at the school because my parents weren't into paying for boosters. And that's a whole nother story if you don't know what boosters are. But then I was into heavy metal music. I was trying to grow my hair out. It was friggin' borderline 80s mullet at the time. But I really didn't really fit in with anybody. I was kind of one of those just kind of outcast kind of guys. But I had friends in all these different groups. But they only wanted to be your friend when it was convenient and only around certain people. And then when other people weren't around or you met them like in your neighborhood or something, everything was cool. But if you're walking down the hallway in the school, I had to keep a certain like level of persona up. So yeah, and I tend to like get along with whoever, but it wasn't always that way. So those years of my life, although I had some great memories with family and friends and trips and things I got to see, most of my memories of school were not fond. I didn't get out of school going, man, I love this. This is great. It was really just like years of borderline torture that it was just better it was over. And seems like there would be so much better way to impart the knowledge that you need from those years without going through all of the bullying and the hazing and just all the mental anguish you go through trying to fit in and be something you're not just to get along when you really just want to be yourself. And it takes a long time before you can get to the point where you don't care what other people think. And that's a really hard part of growing up.
I was way too hard. All we know is we missed who we lost in the park. And all we know is perfect people that we are.
I wonder what that line's about. All we know is we miss the people we lost in the park. And the other line makes sense. We're not the perfect people that people want us to be. Because we all have problems. We're all going through stuff. We're all hurt inside for one reason or another. And we're all looking for escapes from something or another. And we're running and looking for something. Most of the time we don't know what it is, and half the time we don't find it. Somebody said something to me the other day that we're really all just looking for peace and quiet and comfort. Peace, quiet, and comfort. You don't realize that until you get older. Because when you're young, you want excitement and fun. At least you think you want excitement and fun. You just don't know what the excitement and fun, what can be fun and exciting. And it takes a while before you find what is fun and exciting for you that's also safe and not self-destructive. Let's keep going.
Nowhere to go but found someone to boo. Someone got drugs, so tonight it's the moon. Got no one to be and got nothing to do. Barely 15 when we dropped out of school. No one to care, nobody to call. Wearing whatever we steal from the mall. Lost a few on the way, paint their names on the walls. I swear that it wasn't our fault. I was always hanging with the lost boys, the running from the cops, the lot boys. They're out there selling rocks, popping off boys. Now they're doing drugs, so they got shot boys. Oh, the things you'll do to make time pass quicker. Ooh, ooh.
The things you'll do to make time pass quicker. Man, I lost months and months and months of life because I would be waiting for a day that something was going to take place. I'd be in school, I'd be going through the days and the days and the days and the weekends and days and weekends, and it'd just be like, oh, it'd just be a droning existence while I waited for this date. Mostly for me, those dates were this movie was coming out, or this concert was happening, or this new album was coming out, or we were going on a trip, or we were going to see and do something somewhere that I wanted to go do, or school, or we were out of school for this or something else. And there's always these dates, and they were always months or weeks in advance, and it was just like an agonizing wait between those dates and those times. So I get that. I totally get that. At least that's how I take that line. I don't know where she's going with it. So we back it up.
So they got shot bruised. Oh, the things you'll do to make time pass quicker. Ooh, ooh. Now you're dope sick in a highway motel alone. Ooh, ooh. All we know is climbing fences in the dark. And all we know is growing up was way too hard. And all we know is we missed or we lost in the park. And all we know is perfect people that we are. And all we know is climbing fences in the dark. We're too much, kids in the system that nobody loves. All we know is growing up was way too hard. The sun's coming up, nowhere to sleep, so we need to find us. Is we missed or we lost in the park. Screaming, don't give up. Barely 15, but we had to grow up. Is perfect people that we are. Also look us, look, can you have dreams in your eyes?
Okay, so that was Nova Rockafeller, Lost Girls. And that's really like an anthem about how hard high school and growing up is. And if you think about it, the way life is in the last 15, 20 years, based on your age, I thought it was hard when I was growing up. But watching some of the things that people are going through and younger people and that age between like 16 and 22, 23, that age range, man, there's so much difference now. And it's just, there's so many things they deal with now, and society's gotten so completely crazy and different. I couldn't imagine being a young person now and having to decide which path and what side you want to be on with, and all these different topics, and how you're going to fit in, and what you're going to do. And it's become so complicated for no real reason. It seems like the less complicated we could make growing up, the better. Because, most of growing up is getting through this awkward period of time where you're becoming the person or the adult you're going to be, so that you can move on in life and whatever it is you're going to do. Are you going to get a job? Are you going to get married? Are you going to have a family? Are you going to be alone? Are you going to find a career? What path you're going to be on? Because you got to pick a path. You do. All the other stuff is less important, but you got to pick something that you want to do with the time you have while you're here. Anyway, this was Nova Rockafeller, Lost Girls. Thank you for being here. If you tuned in, please like, subscribe, comment below. If you're Hangover Gang, thank you for being here. Love you guys. And look forward to the next track from this. I was expecting something rap oriented, but Nova is so diverse. There's an album she put out some time ago called Amped. I haven't picked that up yet. I don't own it. I haven't heard anything off of it, but this seems like this would be something more in that range. That was pretty cool. I need to check that out. I listened to a bunch of Nova. I have Scared of Heights, and I have the Insufficient Fun album, and I've seen a bunch of her videos. I've watched a bunch of the GFBF. But if you guys are watching this and there's some Nova Rockafeller or something out there, or anything like this that I haven't checked out that I need to, or if you can fill in any of the holes that I don't know about, comment below. Lay some info on me, because this half of the Hangover Gang power couple she's phenomenal. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, and I've noticed on analytics on this, I know this is a weird thing, analytics, but I've noticed that we got a lot of people watching our videos and taking time to look at it that are not subscribers. So if you could take the time to subscribe to the channel, it would mean a lot to myself and Gypsy, And we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for being here.